Hi, thank you all for joining us for the annual presentation of the results and balance of our beloved company, Seta. As you can see, this year we managed to achieve a 3% increase on our company value. Um, this is pretty good. This is the first year we managed to achieve an increment on our company value instead of a decrease. Now, as you can see in our key indicators, we managed to sell around 30,000 more units. This represents an increase of 3.5 millions in income. Uh, and it's pretty good because we also managed to lower a little our dev radio this year, around 10%. And this is thanks to the units sold this year and the income we had. We also managed to lower our inventory sales ratio. Uh, it's now 21%. We were expecting to have a little less inventory this year, but as other companies managed to sell more than us, this was not possible. Our brand value also managed to increase around 12 points. Now, in the production area, we can talk a little about our real production and the occupancy rate that we have in our factories. As last year we keep up a little inventory, we needed to lower a little our occupancy factory rate. So we decided to establish this factory rate to around 65 to 72%, as you can see in this one. It's a lot lower than last year, and I personally think that this is gonna affect a lot our production costs for each line. I think this is pretty bad, deciding this percentage of occupancy. I will say it will be a better strategy to check on prices a lot more, and then you can like try to lower or rise production depending on how demand affects you. But then after that, we can talk a little about our prices. That for me, it is the main issue that we're having as a team. Um, we're not controlling our prices really good, and over the time, it has been some peaks that shouldn't exist. Like for example, in personal high tech in India, we started at $100, and over 2 years we have a 14% increase. I don't know who was responsible for this decision, but in my opinion, it's a pretty bad decision. And yeah, if you can compare a little about other markets, we're not performing as well in the markets that we decided to raise prices a lot. So yeah, and why is this all bad? I think it's because we are big producers and our markets are pretty sensitive to prices changes, and we should be a little more aware of this and do not have a 7% increase per year in our prices. This is like not good. Now we can talk a little about our sales and revenue. As you can see in these two tables, we might be the second company with the most units sold, but, and for me, because of the pretty low production we have, we are actually one of the lowest in revenue, if not the second lowest. And yeah, why is this so? I think it's because the sensitiveness of our markets to price changes, and we can talk more about the example that I was giving you before in India. As you can see in personal high tech, the first year in 2024, we were at 85,000 units sold. And in 2025, when we decided to jump off the price 7%, this market didn't have a big increase. It was just 4,000 units. For me, this is pretty low, especially in this type of line. And it reflects that the price was not accepted by the market. Then in 2025, when we decided to jump off another 7%, and the price was at 114, I think, it was the baddest one. Like 69,000 units sold this year. It was lowest than our original year. And I think it's because of 14% increase in prices. I don't know who's responsible for this decision, as I say, but it was a bad one. And now in 2027, this same person, I think, decided to compensate a little bit and lower the price to $110. And well, you can see the difference. It's a 5,000 units increase, but I think this line especially it's a little affect because of the peaks that we have in our prices and weren't necessary, to be honest. Now at last we can talk about our results and balance. As you see, we managed to achieve a 3.5 million increase in our total revenue. This is pretty good because we also managed to lower our manufacturing cost and they didn't grow even. As you can see, our cost of sales is also a little lower, like the ratio between revenue and cost of sales, it's better. And also our of our expenses like marketing, personal, RD, or overheads. These ones are measures that we cannot control, but they have like a normal growth, the one that we were expecting with the increase of sales. Well, thank you so much for coming and hearing us about the results that we have this year. We think it was a better year for us. Maybe not the one with the results we were expecting, but as I told you, all this presentation, the prices, the markets that we have are pretty sensitive to price changes, and I think this is what it is keeping us from growing. We might have good numbers, but it is not the growth that we're expecting. And it is because of this. We managed to maintain the same growth, or we managed to have like a 5% increase or lesser than that. So I think we need to check up prices and promotion so we can have better results for future years. Thank you all. Have a nice one, and I'll see you next year.